Hello and welcome back. We are now in the quarterfinals. I am trying to get rid of this video. Give me just a second. Of the ReGen Invitational. It looks like Divine 9 took down ReGen Red, and we're going to see Victoria's Secret now versus Divine 9. Feer, welcome back.
Thanks, man. I'm really excited for this game. I just finished watching that game with Divine 9 versus ReGen Red, and it was a little bit different than the game we cast, but it seemed like Divine 9 definitely has their ducks in a row as far as Cursed Hollow, but how do you think this is going to play out on Dragonshire here?
Yep. This should be a pretty brawly game. These two teams going to duke it out right now. It looks like Divine 9 did like that kind of fighting comp. So we're going to see what happens. We're going to get right into the draft. Once again, it is Victoria's Secret versus Divine 9. Game only one, I guess, of Dragonshire.
Game 1 of 1, possibly, and most likely the last game in the series. Which team do we have banning and picking first here?
It'll be blue side should be Victoria's Secret, and the red side is going to be red team number 2 because I did not change the names.
Red team number 2.
It is going to be Divine 9 on the red side. So first ban's going to Victoria's Secret. They did have the higher spot on the bracket, so they do get first pick. We are not flipping here for first pick. I don't think we see Maev. I think these teams will respect the kind of like Maev playstyle on this map, and I think it'll be a ban here. What do you think?
I agree. Even though the numbers have been nerfed down, I feel like the displacement and the mobility of Maev are what make her so strong, and of course, invulnerable frames of her trait. I agree, but we are seeing a Blaze hover coming out of Victoria's Secret, which is not too surprising, and I don't think we even saw any Blaze consideration in our last game, so that's odd because I feel like he is still such a powerful pick. The bunker does have now the 1 second cooldown on exiting, and of course it's still a strong ability. You can still dodge lots of skill shots with it and use it to delay over altars or maybe the actual mid shrine here.
Yeah, exactly. And even with the delay, I mean, the advantage to the delay, though, is you can kind of predict when they're going to pop out. You actually can count the second, which does make it so teams that are able to keep track of the timer, really can take advantage of that. But we are going to see Chromie ban with an ETC first pick, the instant priority on the cow. We did just see Divine 9 use it to great effect to lock down their opponents, both a pick for their team and a takeaway from Divine 9. It does leave Malfurion and Tracer open, and we have seen a lot of teams favor that 1-2 punch kind of combo where they have this Tracer that's very hard to lock down and can be healed from across the map. So I wonder what they're going to go with.
Yeah, it's really common on the 1-2, but the ETC first pick reminds me of sort of the days when people were discovering that ETC is such a good first pick because he's so versatile. You can use him as a semi-off laner with your stage dive, or you can, just settle him right into that main tank role, depending on how the rest of the draft plays out. It really just offers you a bit of flexibility. So flexibility in exchange for maybe overall power level, but we're going to see a Stukov Sonya. So again, the picks we just discussed are now wide open for Victoria's Secret. You could just go Malf Tracer right here.
Yeah.
I feel like would be strong into Stukov Sonya as well.
Exactly. Being able to just kind of work your way around the silence pool very quickly and get onto the Stukov, forcing him to bring it back up. But overall, though, Stukov's such a good pick. We've been had a little bit of talk about this, Malfurion versus Stukov, who's the best healer. Lately, A lot of teams have been favoring the Stukov. His silence pool is just so strong for deleting the front line of your opposing team, and taking the Sonya with it to make sure you have that little bit of extra lockdown and brawly type character on the pool. Very strong pick by them. Malthael gonna be the counter pick though to the Sonya for that solo lane. I feel like early on Malthael has a lot of punishing capabilities against the Sonya. As long as he has mana, of course. But post 10, once he gets last rights, I just don't think Sonya can live in that lane.
Yeah, that's going to be a really difficult matchup for Sonya right now. But we'll see, and we'll see what Divine Nine has on the back end. If a common thing you're seeing these days is not just the 4-1 rotation, but often on Dragonshire you'll see a burst-oriented roamer, such as Zeratul or something along those lines that can rotate up to that top lane quickly and punish any kind of mistake in the solo lane. So, and Garrosh ban coming out of Divine Nine. They do not want to get thrown in. Immediate Jaina Tracer pickup, indicating to me that is exactly what Divine Nine was looking for. They were just terrified of probably Tracer getting banned there. A little bit of a takeaway, but now this team looks really scary with the amount of damage we put out.
Yeah, and I didn't even think about it. They did pick Sonya instead of Garrosh with the Stukov, but man, that would have been a brutal composition if they had taken Garrosh with the Stukov silence. We are going to see the Jaina picked once again. I believe Divine Nine actually just used Sonya and Jaina in their last game, but they are going to follow it up with the Tracer. Actually going to see Limi and Greymane once again versus the Tracer pick. And it didn't really work out earlier when ReGen did it because of that Azmodan pick. But this time, no Azmodan to kind of be like that really annoying split push hero for the side of Divine Nine. They are probably going to look for a main tank. I can't imagine they don't pick something like the Murden or the Diablo. Probably the Murden. A little easier to set up kills with the Murden.
Murden's just solid, and the stun is easier to hit. Diablo, you're forced to be a bit more aggressive, and this is it's about a 50-50 frontline backline team. It's not by any means a team where your Karazim or your Uzish, you're running in with your Diablo as he charges in, and it's also with Jaina with her short ranges. It can be difficult to capitalize on Diablo. I feel like Murden, other than there's not much else.
Yep, and there he is. Gonna dwarf toss his way into the picks. Teams seem pretty balanced. I mean, a lot of damage out of both sides. You have Malthael, Greymane, Li Ming, and then Sonya, Jaina, Tracer. I am gonna put it a little bit in the favor of Divine Nine draft wise. They have excellent setup in a burst. Once again, the silence pool is just so dastardly. Anytime they can get a Murden stun into like Jaina slow with the Sonya spear on top of a silence, I just think they can kill any target. ETC is not very powerful if he's not able to use his abilities because he will not have the 20 armor he gets from his passive if he's not constantly using an ability.
Yeah, Stukov into ETC particularly is so powerful, and I agree. Just the circle lineup, Stukov Jaina, if you're slowed or speared or anything in that circle, it's just I feel like they're fairly evenly matched, but just the X factor of you're caught in a weird spot and you're in the silence and then you just can't do anything always tilts the way of the Stukov.
Exactly. But we are going to get into this game 1 of 1, the last game most likely for this series. One team will move forward to the semis, which is a best of 3, so they'll be playing a little more games. And either of these teams could potentially be the champion of this tournament, going for that $20 BattleNet gift card. Each member gets one. What would you spend $20 on BattleNet gift card on?
I don't know. There's some sweet skins.
Well, you're not going to get one because you're not playing Fear.
Well, I think that the caster should get them too.
All right. Well, we are in game 1. On the blue side, we do have Victoria's Secret. It's going to be Taki on Dalfurian, Nemvenger on ETC, Titans King on the Greymane, Rexpa on the Li Ming, and Amandabai on Malthael.
And on the right side, we have Divine Nine. Joker 49-0 Frozen playing Sonya. Snarky Tiger on the Tracer, looking good on the Unicorn. Jason on the Jaina. Judge Bread on Stuka. And Rabid Penguin playing Muradin. Judge Bread, why is your name so good?
That's a great name. Tracer actually getting slid, almost dying this first blood again in this game. I don't know, maybe Tracer's just bad luck. They are going to get the 5-man rotation, though, onto this 3-man. Jason already taking a lot of HP. Titans King running right in. Jason's going to fall. The roots go wide. The heals are going to be out. Rabid Penguin getting knocked up. ETC going to take the towers. Going to fall awfully low. Going to actually drop to the tower in the silence. Good on Judge Bread to get that return kill. But
yeah, nice play on Bread. Sonya is getting value top. If you actually look there, she's slightly ahead in XP. That's sort of one of those put the fear into him type rotations. Although I think the positioning by Divine 9 was a little bit too... They were a little bit too generous with their own positioning. They need to scale it back a little bit. This team is not going to be doing anything unless Tracer has a pulse bomb, you know, especially in these early stages. Tracer with pulse bomb is going to be your kill delivery system, and then you're going to take small advantages from it.
Yeah, but the advantage of the 2 kills is you do get the rotational pressure. You know, Greymane already on these siege camps, you know, getting the innervate as well as the heal from Malfurion, who can just walk away and actually heal him from that far as long as he's moonfiring other heroes. Muradin sitting in the bush, making sure they aren't being arrested on. Titans King actually going to get spotted out. ETC silence coming through. Rabid going to hit the stun, getting those stacks up. Just going to back off, not going to be able to invade that siege camp, though Jason is working on it, so, you know, Jaina does an excellent job of clearing this out pretty quickly.
Yeah, and good sight by Bread there, just realizing that he can shut down that entire choke. The siege is taken a bit earlier by Divine 9. That is going to allow them to get map control here. It seems like Malthael and Sonya are fairly evenly matched, but Malthael, despite there not being like a health advantage, Malthael is keeping that wave constantly pushed back. There is going to be a fight between those two on top. But again, just not much happening. They're evenly matched, but Malthael just managed to push that wave all the way in. And just a lot of poking on bottom. Tracer recalling, so she's not going to have that up for about 20 more seconds. Blinking into the silence feels really good as Tracer, knowing no one can come.
Actually, just going to go ahead and pop the pulse bomb onto Nem Venture on ETC. You know, I don't feel like that's a very strong strategy. You know, he just popped his armor and, you know, negated a lot of the damage. Rexpa actually doesn't have spell shield. Gonna get the stun onto her, falling awfully low. They do know recall is on cooldown. Wow, Malthael barely living up top, killing the Sonya.
That fight was crazy. I was actually watching that fight, not wanting to interrupt you. They were so close. It looked like Sonya barely was going to be able to take him out. He's going to back all the way up anyway. Sonya's up in 3 seconds. I mean, honestly, neither player's going to gain or lose much there. But the fact that Victoria's Secret is already in control of that altar is going to allow them to maintain that control for a little bit longer, forcing Rabid Penguin to just hover around this point, but Muradin defends this mid.
Ooh, Starkey actually the recall not taking her very far because she was just sitting there. It does not care about where she was 4 seconds ago. It will just move her to where she was 4 seconds ago. Almost able to create the pick on her. Gonna get the pick onto Greymane actually up top. You know, the 2-man rotation from Rabid Penguin and Jason to make sure that happens. They do control the top temple. Slight experience lead on the side of Victoria's Secret. But Nem Venture, unfortunately, not really able to stop Snarky from just kind of pushing him around. I believe Pulse Bomb is up, actually, so there is the threat of a pretty sneaky Tracer kill coming out.
Yep, and we got Sonya taking the hard camp on top. Muradin and Jaina just holding it down. Bread holding down bottom lane by himself. I mean, just probably using the lurking arm here to clear the creeps when they come into the tower range, but now we have a bush, you know, ambush. They are looking for an ambush on the side of Victoria's Steel, waiting in the bush there. Bread's going to be aggressed onto. I'm not sure if Victoria's Secret is going to look to push in hard on the spot lane. I think that's the case.
And you know what? What they're doing is they realize Sonya and Jaina are up top right now. That's a big part of their wave clear up there. Muradin actually joining them, so it is going to be a 3-man stack on top of this hard camp, which, you know, I've been talking about. Push with this hard camp. It is so hard to clear. Bottom fort is going to fall first, but there's more experience for them to have had up in the top lane because that's still a fort, and they're barely down in XP. Man to be doing what he can to clear this out at range. You know, it is very dangerous for him with a Murd and Sonya Jaina, the tower being tanked. So actually, they're going to back off. They realize people are rotating towards them. Bottom temple, actually, George Bread breaking it, giving some red vision for the first time since game. Wow, Rexpa actually dodges the pulse bomb. You know, Snarky Tiger does not have a lot of recalls left. Nem does have a stun, actually not going to use it. She's going to just get away with the blinks.
Used all her blinks to get away there too, but I mean, ultimately it looks like it might be an even trade on structures for, wow, Titan's game gonna be going down to the 3-man gank coming out of Divine 9 there, but ultimately Divine 9 doesn't even end up picking up top. Wow, Jason caught in the rotation, just waiting in the bush, hit with the root, the ETC slide. Nice catch there by Victoria's Secret when they're so close to the team of Divine 9.
Yeah, and it is about to be 10s for both teams. Rexpa actually doing a lot of damage to Snarky. Pulse Bomb's going to come out. Going to take down Rexpa. Barely living on the side of Tracer. Unfortunately, not able to capitalize on the kill. Level 10's coming out just slightly too slow. He wasn't able to get that wave of force out to end her life. Sonya is far up. ETC going to get the slide onto her. Twilight Dream coming out. Going to get the stack for Malthael. You know, he is stacking that last rights. And the dragon is going to go to the side of Victoria's Secret.
Yeah, really nice identification that he could offensively slide there. Just looking now, we have Divine 9 rounding level 10. Looking at the ult, so it looks like we got a stage dive, last rights. Stage dive out of ECC, last rights out of Malthael. Massive shove coming out of Stupa. And a leap coming out of Sonya. So, some less common things, but nothing crazy or unusual. I mean, it's just preference.
Actually, really good on the dragon, knocking away the tank, letting them just jump on a Jaina. Go ahead and take this keep mid. Nem actually just sliding in. Sonya's going to get rooted out. Murden is joining the group again. They're going to take this fort. Dragon not very healthy. It is going to blow up. Recall actually used for Snarky to get back into the fight. Slide coming out. The last rights ending Sonya. So much damage. I believe that is 2 stacks for him now. And that is going to be huge going into this game.
Let's take a look. He does, yep, he does indeed have 2 stacks already. So he's already got 10 seconds off a 65-second cooldown. It's going to be coming up quicker and quicker and quicker. I have yet to see a game where last rates gets really nuts, but
yeah, if it gets to the point where it hits level 20 and he has like 6+ stacks, I can't imagine he doesn't take the improved ultimate and make it like a 10-second cooldown, because that would be insane. Where he's just every other kill he's just popping it. That'd be crazy.
I mean, that's where you can pop it at higher HPs as well. Just
exactly.
As a big damage jump.
We are going to see 13s come a little quicker for the side of Victoria's Secret. Greymane and Li Ming actually pushing up on them. Malfurion claps down. Stage dive coming out, not going to hit anybody. Massive shove, healing the tank. Cursed Bullet doing so much damage to Judge Dredd. Last rights coming out. Oh! Barely gets it. The 3rd stack. Titan throwing the cocktail, ending the Murden. This is a hard camp.
Avatar on cooldown. Like the note.
Off cooldown. Yeah, no, he did not use it. He could have lived there.
Correct. Off cooldown.
A little greedy. You know, he did have about a quarter of his life. Unfortunately, that cocktail did work. The slide comes in, knocking back the Tracer, forcing her to recall. Ring of Frost going to hit 2 targets. Jason, unfortunately, very low. Leap coming in. Joker is now in the background, going to take a lot of damage. The silence coming out. Going to double kill. Reset onto the Jaina. Going to go ahead and hit this keep. You know, that's 5 to 3. 15 seconds on these timers. I can't imagine. Maybe they'll go for the core right now. No, nope.
So unfortunate Jaina hit that really beautiful ring, but had no Silence Pool or Blizzard follow-up. I mean, if they had Silence Pool plus Blizzard, I feel like that would have been maybe 3 members of Victoria's Secret falling and maybe able to wrestle this game back. But now you're down by almost 3 full levels. Victoria's Secret is going to be rotating top and bottom. ETC has stage 5 available, although the Divine 9 is rotating top with 2 members, but the Dragon's going to be taken, I believe, before we even get in there.
Yeah, and you know, that's a 14-12 advantage, you know, working their way till 16. Bottom keep is down. I can't imagine they don't just try to either take a second keep and maybe slow it down, you know, using the fact that they'll have 16s while the other team doesn't, but it looks like they are. Sonya being delayed by Nem up here, actually, respecting the split push, but Nem has stage dive. Rapid Penguin's already at half HP. Not going to be topped off by the Stukov. The silence is down now.
He is going to be stage diving in here and really throwing Sonya for a loop. Sonya's going to have to back. It's going to take him a long time. I think he's recognizing that now. Yeah, Sonya is recognizing it and backing. So, good move by Joker there.
I really would have liked the stage dive to come down the second Judge Bread used his silence pull, because the delay he takes to take it off and then walk away would have caused him to be stuck on the slow, which meant an easy engagement. When you have the Li Ming Gray Main resets, I think that would have been so deadly to them. They are just going to go ahead and go mid, realizing they're not able to push in quite yet on even Talontiers, though it is 13-16. Dragon Knight's about to fall down out of time.
So ultimately, not much of the doing of Divine Nine, but a very successful hold. Rabid Penguin, they do need to watch their positioning, pushing out from the down 16-13. But I mean, that was a really successful hold. They didn't even lose. They may take some damage on top for it here, but they didn't lose a fourth. They only lost that keep front wall. Considering how bad the situation is already, that's really not. That's acceptable losses, I think, for them.
Yeah, and we talked about this before. Oh, there comes the stage dive. Gonna go in. Massive shove. Gonna stop Jason from getting jumped on. Actually, he is gonna fall. Gonna go ahead and get the reset. Titans King working on Judge Bread. Leap coming out to save his life. Boom! Tracer gets knocked out by the wave of force. Actually gonna get Stukov on the cocktail. Titans King, you god. Excellent team fight by the side of Victoria's Secret. Gonna go ahead and start hitting this core.
I mean, it felt like less of a team fight, but for individual, small, little weird fights that happened, in which Victoria's Secret won every single one of them in the most convincing way they could. The members of Divine Nine just completely melted, and it looks like they're going to be able to put enough pressure on the liquor here. In a 12-minute Dragonshire win, I mean, really crisp. Victoria's Secret.
Yeah. GG. Victoria's Secret taking the quarterfinal win, making their way into the semis. Let's get the bracket up. Let's see who they are going to face. You can always type !bracket in the stream to get the bracket link. I'm going to do it myself because I don't have it actually here. It does look like they do not have a game just yet. It'll be the winner of Jailbait versus Guys Gem. Guys Gem being the team we saw earlier win with that Asmodan split push, sneaky split push kind of strategy. GG's though. Great game by Divine Nine and Victoria's Secret. They utilized that kind of get a kill, reset composition. Obviously it's so much easier to reset when you have like this major burst damage coming out of like a Malthael to like kind of end the life, and able to really utilize that ability to make sure these people died. So GG.
Yeah, I feel like Victoria's Secret showcased what we overlooked in the draft, because we talked about Stukov and the power of it in the pool, and it's so powerful. But the moments when Stukov struggles is when he's put the pool down, but he's in the back line standing still by himself, and the aggression coming out of Victoria's Secret really, the stage dive in particular, forcing his positioning a lot, and then the Grey Mane moving in, it makes Stukov look like a very weak hero when he explodes that fast.
Oh yeah, and you talked about it in the game. Avatar being up and you dying like that, almost too greedy. It's like, oh, I'll barely, like looking at your percentage HP, like, oh, I'll probably live just barely, but then the cocktail comes out last second and just finishes you off. That's just a feels bad moment. And I've talked to so many players and they've reviewed their games and been like, wow, I didn't even realize I had that ability up, and they're just like, wow, I can't believe I didn't think of it in that moment.
Yeah, and the burst was insanely fast, so maybe it was just an error. And Avatar is one of those ults where it's difficult to get value from sometimes, because you have to make sure you're using it and actually getting some defensive value you wouldn't have lived anyway. So, learning moment for Rabid Penguin there, but I think it was still well played by Divine Nine. They held their own for quite a while. I think they had a good draft. So, yeah, what a great game.
Yeah. And let's see. I'm trying to find out who is currently streaming right now. I'm not 100% sure. I believe Team Skywalker Game Freak should be being casted right now. I'm going to go ahead and pop over, see who has that stream. It looks like Murda again. Give me just a second, guys. I'm just opening up his stream, trying to make sure I get you over to the right place. Yeah, it looks like that game is about to start, so perfect timing. Let's go ahead and bounce everyone over there. Before we do that, though, this is our last game of the day, so we're going to give some shout-outs. Feer, go ahead, bring us to it. Where can everybody find you at?
You can find me at twitch.tv/recurringfear. You can also find me on twitter.com/recurringfear. I post on Twitter all the time about some dumb stuff whenever I'm streaming. I'm streaming quite a bit. I just want to give a shout out to Dunk, give a shout out to ReGen and Murda for having me here today. These are some great games. Yeah, come check out my stream, come check out my Twitter, and I'll be around. This isn't the last you've seen of me. How about you, Dunk?
Yeah, no, definitely down below. You can follow me on Twitter. Once again, below Recurring Fear. You can see the spelling of his Twitter and Twitch right there. And as well, here right on Twitch. I mean, you already found me. Go ahead and hit that follow button. You know, I stream Monday through Wednesday nights, and we cast the HGC Open occasionally, so you can always find us over there as well. And you can actually find me on Wednesday nights doing the Heroes Hype Live podcast, so where we talk about the open games. Thank you for having us, everybody. Please follow the last few games. You know, there's about 4 more series left in the tournament. We got the semifinals and then the finals. Murda doing a fantastic job setting it up and inviting all of us casters. Hope you guys have a wonderful night. Once again, follow us at Twitch, Twitter. You know, look out for some more updates. Hope to be doing some more of this stuff later on. Have a great day.
Yep, bye.